Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel.
I'm riding around on my car's low. Feel like I hit the lotto. I'm riding.
So the last time I uploaded a video on this channel, it was the new moon in Pisces. It was literally uploaded 1.5 weeks later than it was supposed to. So this time I am making sure that I upload it on time so that you guys can relate a bit more. I don't know. I'm just gonna upload it as soon as possible. To be really honest, the past 2 weeks have been very difficult for me. I'm feeling really drained out. I'm feeling burdened. I'm feeling pressurized. I'm feeling like I have too much on my plate. Maybe I guess you guys are also feeling the same. And I get why I'm feeling this. First, it's the spring equinox. What it actually means is that the spring season has come into place. It's coming right now. As I had uploaded a video on Pisces, which is the last, sign of the zodiac. We start with a fresh year basically. So Aries is the first zodiac sign. So basically it's the spring equinox. It's the new year for us people.
So happy New Year first of all.
It's a lot to take, right? Because when you start the year, you also start with a few resolutions in mind, with few habits, few belief systems that you have to lead this year this way, or you have to do certain routines to get the best out of you, and it's difficult to adhere to. And that is what I'm feeling. Even I'm feeling like I have to do this and be consistent with it, but it's difficult to maintain that. And balancing plays a key role in this entire full moon as well. And in this video we'll talk about how it is important. But yeah, the spring equinox is actually really daunting for me, because spring also brings new ideas, new opportunities, fresh ideas, fresh opportunities, with keeping the past lessons in mind, keeping the past experiences in mind. So that balance is really difficult. Should I let go of something, or should I remove everything from the past and start afresh? So that balance and that equilibrium is very hard to maintain, and that is what I am dealing with a lot because of the spring equinox. I love this entire season, but it's so much to take, right? Then we come on to the dreaded Aries season. I like it though, I'm just kidding, I like it. But this season is actually of extremities. It's a season of full power. It's a season of fire. It's the fieriest of the fire signs. It really pushes your boundaries as much as you can, and for some people it gets overwhelming, and for me it did. Like, you push yourself to such extreme standards that you have to do this, only then can you achieve happiness. And that Aries season gets that out of you. You have really high goals, and you have that sense of mindset that I have to do it, otherwise I won't do this. I did it personally. I was like, if I don't study this much, or if I don't do this thing at this point in time, I won't watch Netflix, something like that. It's just like punishing yourself, and Aries does that to you. It makes you punish yourself, but it has really great qualities. We'll talk about it in the later stages of the video as well. And then we have the full moon in Libra, which is all about balance. It's all about scales. It's all about maintaining equilibrium. It's all about diplomacy. And you might be thinking, right, Aries in one way is very me oriented. It's very self oriented. It's very leadership kind of a fire, like I have to take care of myself kind of a sign. And then we have a Libra that is all about being social, being diplomatic, trying to make amends kind of a sign. So it kind of is contradictory, if you may. Even I felt like it was like really contradictory, and that is where the balancing aspect comes into play, where you have to balance these two aspects of the signs. And if you have either of these two signs in your sun, moon, or rising, then it is applicable even more for you. I feel like full moons are actually of real importance for all of us in general, because full moons are like these high points, right? You start from a new moon, and then you grow, and the light falls upon the moon, and then comes this tipping point, which is the full moon, when the light is shining totally on the moon. You can see the entirety of the moon, and that is also the time where you realize the entirety of your full prospects. What are the things that you are wanting to let go of? What are the things that you should not let go of? What are the things that you should receive, be open to receiving? What are the things that you should shut down completely? So there is a lot of self-reflection that happens during full moon. A lot of people don't understand the importance of full moon, because it's actually the right time to switch or make changes within us for the most amount of success or the most amount of benefit. So understanding what is wrong for you, what is right for you, what you should focus on, what you shouldn't focus on, that is all that full moon is asking you to do. Look at your habits, look at your, look at the people around you, especially the people around you in this particular season. Look at your relationships, interpersonal communications, whatever is happening, just ensure that all of it is not harming you, not toxic for yourself. And more so because the full moon is in the equinox, is in the Aries season, and having it in the equinox actually suggests that now is the time where you have to be extremely open to changes, because this is the new year, and new year starts with the new you. So there is a lot of self-reflection, a lot of shadow self-healing working to get the best of you. So if you ask me in the most layman terms, right, what is the theme of this time's full moon in Libra, I will say balance. Balance in all aspects, balance in relationships, career, friendships, very important, finances, all aspects. I also feel like, remember I had posted a story regarding confrontations with a full moon in Libra. There's a lot of diplomacy, there's a lot of fine tuning, there's a lot of maintaining calm waters kind of a situation. So if you feel like you have been done wrong, try to confront them, ask them why did they do the things they did. If you think that you have done wrong to other people, apologize to them, tell them that I didn't mean it, or whatever the reason is. Just try to maintain that sort of balance. And as I said earlier, right, Aries is a sign of self, it's a sign of leadership, but when it comes to Libra, it's all about delegation and helping others and diplomacy, all of that. And if we talk about placements even more, the moon is actually opposing the Venus and the Chiron. Venus is the planet of love and relationships, and Chiron is the dwarf planet of healing wounds. So this is very important for this time actually is very important for your relationships. I think that you will feel like certain issues are going to spring up because of the past wounds that haven't been healed yet. So that is very important. Communicate with each other, really sit down and talk about why things are happening the way they are. I think relationships are going to be tested this time, and since Aries is all about focusing on yourself, and then Libra is all about delegation, there's also this boundary making, right? I feel like you should definitely ensure that there are boundaries that are maintained. First focus on yourself, and then if there is space left, if there is time left, if there is energy left, help others. Of course, do consider other people, but you should first heal yourself and then help others. So I think that is something of real importance. Don't be like a 10 of wands. If there are people who know what 10 of wands suggests, it means that 10 of wands are people who literally take everybody else's burdens on themselves, and they don't have any energy left to focus on themselves. So if you have additional sort of responsibilities of others, try to push them aside and just draw that boundary, not just in friendships but also in relationships. If you feel like there are things that need to be kept away, or if there is a need of space, definitely try to communicate that to the other person. They will understand. And also I feel like what you should be focusing more on is relationships, because these are the things, as I said, will be getting tested. This is the right time to actually speak about things that haven't been spoken about, really deep things that have been brushed under the carpet. Also, if you think that there's some space that you guys need to maintain, or if there's some time you need to take off, I think this is also the right time to do that. Just understand and align with yourself first, and then perhaps commit to a relationship. If you have been in a sort of a situation where you don't know whether you're in a relationship or not, or you don't know whether you should be calling yourself a couple, please talk it out. This is just going to get murkier further down the season. If you feel like you have to talk, please talk right now. Take this as a sign to talk right now. But the good news is that since Venus is more dominant this time, it's actually aligning with the sun sign and overpowering the moon in Libra. I feel good news is yet to come, right? Good things will happen. So if you are thinking that, oh my god, if I talk to them or confront them, they might just get hurt, or they might just no, it's going to be just fine. So do it. Talk to them, talk it out, and figure out a solution for all the issues that you're dealing with. So I spoke a lot about this time's transits, what to expect, what not to expect, what is yet to come, and I think this is enough knowledge for you guys to work upon yourself. But now we're going to be taking out some cards for you guys. So I have my tarot deck with me right now here. We're going to just shuffle them, take out a few cards, and also work with the Keepers or the Light deck, Oracle deck, and see what is yet to come to you guys. So I took out 3 cards for you from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck and 1 extra card from the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck, and let's see how things unfold. So the first card, okay, you have the Page of Wands. What do you notice first, right? First I notice is there are a lot of reds, okay? One person holding a wand, dreaming, looking at it with dreamy eyes. So what I feel about this card, right? First things first is there are a lot of reds. Wand, something that you are really passionate about, something that this person really wants to achieve, action. There's a lot of fire energy in this, and I think it also definitely relates to the sign that we are in. It's the Aries season, it's the fire season. I think this is the right card to come right now. I think that whenever pages come, they are like the messengers of opportunities, they are messengers of something new coming to this person, and I feel like that is what is going to happen with you as well, in terms of the spring equinox. I feel since it's a new year, new opportunities, new beginnings are coming your way, something that will spark that inner passion within you, something that you are really closely attached with. These people are go-getters, they are action takers. They want to achieve no matter what, no matter come what may, sort of a situation. There are some people who can handle this energy, but some people cannot handle this energy, and I think that is what is is happening right now with a lot of us. There is this sort of full moon in Libra kind of aspect that needs to come into play, where you are trying to maintain that balance of, okay, I understand that I need to work upon my Page of Wands, but first I need to collect my energy. First I need to see if I have the bandwidth of doing it. Do I have the energy or the mental space or health of working on something that I'm so deeply attached to, with that sort of an energy, with that sort of a mind space? That is something that we have to take in our mind. Also with this card, I feel like a lot of us become too frank. Since we have so much inbuilt energy, we are direct with what we are trying to say, and that may insinuate certain situations. So I think here also we need to get that tone down, where we understand that, okay, certain things shouldn't be on the face. Some things can be sugar coated, some things can be said in a certain way. I think this frankness should be kind of reduced. Try to inculcate more of the Libra sense than the Aries sense. Again, there's some balance maintaining, where you are taking the features and the aspects of Aries, where you are understanding the importance of working on yourself, working on your goals, being that passionate, being that go-getter, but also at one hand understanding that there is certain balance maintaining that needs to happen. There's some diplomacy that needs to take place. There is some smartness that is involved. So if Aries is giving that motivation, Libra is trying to get that smartness out, where you are maintaining friendships, maintaining relationships, while maintaining your own personal goals as well. Really great card. Let's move on. Then we have, wow, I knew it, Seven of Wands in reversed position. This is absolutely true. First of all, there is a man, if I just put it like this, there's a man who's trying to fight situations, and he's trying his best to prove his point. I think he's trying his best to push that wand, and it's in reversed position. That is exactly what this card also symbolizes. It is not always necessary for you to push your point forward in order to be victorious. That's it. That's one sentence I'm going to give this card, right? And then you can automatically just align this with the current situation, the current season, the current transits. It's not always important for you to win an argument. There will be people who will try to insinuate things, try to say certain things to you, but there is not always a need to react. Don't always be aggressive. Don't take things on your ego. I have said this earlier in my stories also, keep your ego at bay. Certain things require that sort of diplomacy. Certain things require that sense of, okay, let me just calm things down. That is something of deep importance. I think you should learn this. I feel like if I want to associate this card with your relationship aspects as well, I feel like yes, certain people or certain situations or certain issues that you were neglecting before might just spring up right now, and you will try really hard to fight them. But the good thing is that you'll turn victorious. Don't worry, you will turn victorious. But yes, again, this is a wand card. Again, this has a fire energy. Again, this has a lot to do with the current situation. Sometimes it is best to control or contain our energy and not waste it on people or things that drain our energy out. These people are just to say something or the other. How much are you going to let them affect you? That is really important. Understand what requires your energy where. Understand that how long you're gonna keep fighting them, even if they're worth the fight. I think you just have to let go, maybe. You just have to ignore these people. These Aries people have this innate need of proving something to somebody. They want to do something to just show people that, I did it. Don't do that. Do it, do it for yourself. Don't do it to prove to other people. These people don't need that sense of importance. Just ignore and thrive. Especially in terms of your relationship, I feel like, as I said, certain things are gonna spring up. It's very important for you guys to communicate with each other. Tackle each situation one by one. If there are trust issues, if there are commitment issues, if there has been some past incidences that haven't been discussed or have been brushed under the carpet, time to resolve them. I also feel like whenever this card comes, usually tarot readers usually say that you should hold your ground, say what you want to say, don't derail from what you want to say, especially in terms of like office conflicts or something like that. When nobody's trying to listen to you, everybody's pushing you down, pressuring you, we always say that speak up. Even if there are people trying to put things onto you or put pressure on you, speak. Even if one person is listening to you, speak. But things are a little different this time. Things are, in this entire season, things are really different. Here I will say that you don't need that to do. You don't need to do it. As long as you yourself know what is right for yourself, it's fine. As long as you know that you are heading towards the right direction, you don't need other people to prove. They are just there, in your life just to test you. What is really required is for you to ensure that you are on the right track, right? And that is so important to understand. Let's take out the next card. Wow, this is a King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. What do you feel? Kind of yellowish, very pentacle grounded kind of a card. Whenever I see a Knight of Pentacles, I always associate one thing with them, and that is ground. They are very grounded people. They are very attached to the ground, very patient, very hardworking. They are very mature, first of all. And I think this is also something that we should pick from, this card to apply it in this season. Be mature. These are the people who will work and will never be, will never work for this. They will work because they enjoy working. They are hardworking because that is in their DNA, and they are so patient. You can see in this card as well, right? These people, look at this horse, just relaxed, calm, collected. Nothing is bothering him. The knight is ready to fight. There's not extreme or too much energy, no impulse, no rashness that this card gives the vibe of. One thing that I'll associate with this card is conventionalism. One word, right? Conventional. These people are usually conventional. And this can be a bad thing in certain things, but this time it's good. I feel like being conventional or sticking to your old patterns of work ethics or something is going to be benefiting this time, because if you try to experiment again, since there's Aries, which is such a strong energy, this experimentation might just create chaos. There'll be too much to take. So if there is something that you can perhaps compromise on, and that is conventionality. You can think of things that you are aware about. You don't need to go out of the way and think of different ways of doing things. Not required. So just basic principles, right? Work hard, be persistent, be patient, have faith in the universe. All of these things might just make you achieve whatever you want to. There is no extra this thing that you need to do, because there's already an extra element in your season, in your situation, which is the Aries energy, right? It's already there. It's already so much fire happening around you. There's so much that you need to do. So if things aren't perfect, it's fine. If things aren't finished in finesse, it's fine. Now the issue is that a lot of us, especially Taurus people or people that are really perfectionists, it might be like, oh my god, how is that possible? But you need to, because what happens is that this overwhelming feeling happens with us only because we are so obsessed with perfectionism. We are so obsessed with doing things perfectly. Plus we have that Aries energy that is telling us, okay, this is the deadline, this is on fire, this is on fire, this is on fire. There are so many things, and all these things need to be completed in a certain way. There is so much happening, so we have to cut down somewhere, we have to compromise somewhere. And I think this is also a very important card for relationships, where you are maintaining that sort of patience. If things are not going well, and if you feel like there is some scope in this energy, in this relationship, be patient, take some time off, put your guards down. There's no need to get aggressive, no shouting, no yelling, no fighting. No, things can happen and things can get fixed just by maintaining calmness, just by maintaining that sort of, okay, you know what, I'm listening, you know what, tell me what I should focus on. This maturity is something that you need to inculcate in your relationships. I need to say this because I see a lot of relationships that don't have it, perhaps even I don't have it. So that is very important, right? Ensure that all aspects of these cards are resonated and ringing in your mind really well, because where Page of Wands is, welcoming this beautiful fire. I love this card as well. It's like a fresh vibe. You are working towards something, but then there's always that it shouldn't get too much. It always should be compact, it should always be contained. So if there is a Seven of Wands situation, read the room and understand what needs to be worked upon where. And then if you have a Knight of Pentacles situation, also get that understanding that it is okay to lack a little bit of finesse or lack that sense of perfectionism. Be conventional, and with the Knight of Pentacles, it's okay to be a little conventional. It is okay to have an old set of pattern, old school of thought. That's okay. That can be worked upon later on. But this season is required. This season is asking you to inculcate these sort of mature takes on life. And then lastly, I will talk about this beautiful oracle card, which is Sanat Kumara. He says, light activation, shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Wow, shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Very, very true. This is the time where you are intuitive, highly intuitive. Spring equinox is bringing out that intuition, and this time your internal guidance is actually telling you, okay, there is something that needs to be fixed upon. So I think your internal guidance, your intuition is very, very high, very, very solid right now. Work upon it, understand it, gauge it, let it lead you, right? And let that shine on. The light within you is the answer for everything, right? No tarot reader, no oracle reader, no psychic, no spiritual leader is going to help you with your issues. Only you yourself will guide towards what is required. So I think these 3 cards and this one oracle card, I think this simple sort of guidance, I think, would help you understand the things much clearly, and I hope I helped you guys. This was a little short because I feel like doing 3 piles is like too much. I just wanted to give a different take to this full moon. I think it will help you guys understand yourself a little better, understand your situations a little better, and I'll keep uploading certain videos as well during this entire season because there's a lot that is happening, and I will try to make as many informative videos as possible. So thank you so much for watching, and if you guys would want a personal session, you guys can always hit me up. And yes, if you really liked this video, please share, subscribe, comment, like, and tell me how you felt. Message me if this resonated with you, and tell me how you guys gonna go about this season. So yes, I will see you next time. Bye.